terrible news for Elon Musk.
I never could have imagined that I'd be taking on the richest man in the world.
Projected winner Susan Crawford signaling to Musk.
He spent over $20 million on his campaign. Ha!
It's actually disadvantageous for me to be in the government.
Spending all that cash just to watch the whole thing burst into flames. Now he knows what it's like to buy a Tesla.
Elon Musk just declared war, but not on rockets or electric cars. This time, the battlefield was late-night TV, and the victim was his own ego. What Stephen Colbert said to trigger this billion-dollar meltdown? You won't believe the hidden details about this clash and why it's about to get even uglier. When Stephen Colbert mocked Elon Musk on live television, no one expected the billionaire to take the bait. But what happened next wasn't just a Twitter feud. It was a full-blown cultural explosion. And behind the scenes, this fight was years in the making. But here's what no one's talking about. Musk's biographer leaked private messages, proving this feud runs deeper than anyone realized. And Colbert? He's been waiting for this moment longer than you think. Stick around, because by the end, you'll see this showdown in a way no mainstream outlet is covering it. The question isn't who won, it's who's actually pulling the strings. Welcome to the channel. If you want unfiltered breakdowns of the drama they won't show on TV, hit subscribe now, because this story, it's just getting started.
The new justice is former prosecutor and county judge Susan Crawford, seen here accepting the award for world's largest hand. A lot of folks are happy about this, partly because it keeps the court's 4-3 liberal majority, but mostly because it is terrible news for Elon Musk. You see, the richest man in the world tried to buy the race for the losing candidate. He spent over $20 million on his campaign. Ha! Now, all you have left is the rest of all the money in the world.
Stephen Colbert's late-night show is no stranger to roasting billionaires, but this time he took direct aim at Elon Musk. And Musk, he didn't just take the punch. He swung back harder. It started with Colbert's monologue, where he didn't hold back. He mocked Musk's chaotic Twitter rebrand to X, calling it the only thing less popular than New Coke. Then came the jab about Musk's management style, running Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter at the same time. That's not multitasking. That's a public nervous breakdown waiting to happen. The audience ate it up, but Musk wasn't laughing. Within hours, Musk fired off a tweet. No emojis, no jokes, just cold defiance. Colbert's comedy is recycled corporate media talking points. Sad. Then, like clockwork, Musk's loyal followers piled on. Memes flooded Twitter, some mocking Colbert as a washed-up late-night puppet, others accusing him of punching down for cheap laughs. But here's what most people missed. This wasn't random. Colbert's been needling Musk for months. Subtle. Digs about ego-driven billionaires, sarcastic applause for Twitter's layoffs. And Musk, he's been biting his tongue. Until now. The timing's suspicious, too. Colbert's rant came just days after Musk's biographer revealed private texts where Musk trashed comedians as spineless crowd pleasers. Coincidence? Or did Colbert finally decide to strike back? Meanwhile, threads on Reddit and Twitter exploded. Some cheered Colbert for finally saying what everyone's thinking. Others called it hypocritical. He'd never dare mock Bezos this way. But one thing's clear. Musk doesn't lose fights quietly. And this one's far from over.
Not only did Musk donate millions to the Republican-backed candidate, he also handed out actual million-dollar checks to voters. Spending all that money, spending all that cash just to watch the whole thing burst into flames.
That night, on The Late Show, Stephen Colbert didn't just roast Elon Musk, he turned him into a charcoal briquette. The audience was howling before he even finished his first punchline. Colbert opened with Musk's most visible disaster. Twitter is now X, which makes sense because after Musk bought it, everyone's been asking, X the hell happened to this app? The crowd lost it, but he was just warming up. Then came the haymaker about Musk's management style. Running 3 companies at once isn't leadership. It's what happens when you give a 12-year-old Adderall and a corporate credit card. The studio audience's applause nearly drowned out the rest of the joke. Colbert really hit his stride mocking Musk's public meltdowns. Most billionaires buy yachts or sports teams. Elon? He spends $44 billion to buy the world's largest bathroom wall, and then argues with 14-year-olds in the comments. The reference to Musk's online spats with teenagers got one of the biggest reactions of the night. The coup de grace came when Colbert mocked Musk's Mars ambitions. He wants to die on Mars, just not on impact. Though at this rate, Twitter might get him there first. The joke landed so hard even the cameramen were laughing. What made these jokes cut deeper than usual? Colbert wasn't just doing standard celebrity ribbing. Each punchline connected to Musk's actual controversies, the layoffs, the verified checkmark chaos, the very public tantrums. This wasn't comedy. It was a precision strike disguised as entertainment.
They have the best vehicles, electric vehicles out there. It is a fundamentally important company in dealing with climate change. The battery systems and the charging systems that they've built are top in class. And here the company's reputation is just being destroyed by Elon Musk. And sales are plummeting. So yeah, it's a crisis. You literally can't sell the best product in the marketplace because the CEO is so divisive.
Backstage sources say Colbert rewrote these jokes 3 times before air. He knew exactly how Musk would react. And sure enough, Elon Musk didn't wait for the commercial break. Before Colbert's episode even finished airing on the West Coast, the billionaire's Twitter finger was already firing. His first response came at 1:37 a.m. EST, classic Musk hours. The initial tweet seemed almost playful. Colbert still does that "I'm a conservative character," right? Oh wait, that's just his personality now. But the gloves came off in the replies. When a fan suggested Colbert was jealous, Musk agreed. Dudes? Mad he peaked as a fake news pundit. Then came the nuclear option. A meme comparing Colbert to other late-night has-beens with dwindling ratings. Musk's followers immediately turned it into a trending hashtag. But the real damage came from his next tweet. Funny how woke comedians always punch up, until the checks from their corporate sponsors clear. Insiders at X, formerly Twitter, revealed Musk spent the next 36 hours intermittently engaging with the controversy. He liked tweets calling Colbert a dinosaur, clinging to relevance and network TV's last gasp. At one point, he retweeted a clip of Colbert's 2015 interview with then-candidate Trump with the caption, "Some things never change, except ratings." Oof. What surprised observers wasn't Musk's response, but its intensity. This wasn't his usual trollish humor. There was genuine venom when he told one commenter, Colbert wouldn't know actual comedy if it bit him in the... before deleting the tweet. The tech billionaire's reactions revealed something new. For all his talk about free speech, Musk clearly still stings from criticism, especially when it comes from someone with Colbert's cultural credibility. As the AI's tweets kept coming, it became obvious this wasn't just business, it was personal. Meanwhile, in the replies, Musk's loyalists and Colbert's fans were already at war, turning what began as late-night jokes into yet another culture war battleground. This isn't just another celebrity Twitter spat. It's a cultural flashpoint revealing deeper fractures in American discourse. The Musk-Colbert showdown represents the ultimate clash of new money versus old media, Silicon Valley arrogance versus East Coast elitism.
Pro tip Republicans, you're overusing Elon Musk. No one likes him. He's too rich, and he ruins everything. He's like if truffle oil were a person, okay? Stop putting it on my French fries. They were perfect before. That's why they call them French fries.
On one side, you have Musk, the self-made billionaire who rewrote the rules of fame, proving you don't need Hollywood's approval to become the world's most talked-about person. His 128 million Twitter followers dwarf Colbert's entire viewership. Yet here he was, losing sleep over a TV host's jokes. Why? Because for all his tech empire, Musk still craves validation from the cultural establishment that Colbert represents. Meanwhile, Colbert's brutal takedown signals a shift in mainstream media's approach to tech titans. Gone are the fawning interviews and softball questions. The same industry that once treated Musk like Tony Stark now paints him as a Bond villain. This episode proved late-night comedy has become the last bastion of unchecked criticism against billionaire power. The public reaction split along predictable but revealing lines. Tech bros and anti-woke warriors rallied behind Musk, while journalists and cultural liberals cheered Colbert. But the quiet majority watching from the sidelines noticed something more troubling. When America's most influential voices spend days trading insults, it leaves little oxygen for actual problems. Dig deeper and you'll find this fight mirrors our larger societal breakdown. It's not about jokes or clapbacks anymore. It's about which version of America gets to set the tone. Musk represents the disruptive, rules-be-damned future. Colbert embodies the gate-kept, tradition-bound past. Their feud is a proxy war for control of the national narrative. As the tweets fly and the segments air, one uncomfortable truth emerges. In today's attention economy, conflict equals currency. Both men know this. Both are playing to their bases. And both are winning exactly what they wanted, just not what anyone actually needs. The battle lines were drawn within minutes. Twitter's trending section became a war zone, with Colbert vs. Musk racking up over 2.1 million mentions in 24 hours. Reddit threads exploded, with R Television and R Elon Musk seeing traffic spikes that crashed several discussion threads.
This election, I think, is going to decide the fate of America, and along with the fate of America, the fate of Western civilization.
I never could have imagined that I'd be taking on the richest man in the world. For justice in Wisconsin. And we...
On TikTok, the split was generational. Gen Z overwhelmingly backed Colbert, turning his best burns into viral clips with captions like POV when a comedian actually prepares. Meanwhile, Musk's meme army flooded Instagram with side-by-sides comparing Colbert's ratings to Tesla's stock price. YouTube analysts rushed out reaction videos with titles ranging from Colbert annihilates Musk to Snowflake comedian triggers billionaire. The metrics told competing stories. Colbert's YouTube upload of the monologue gained 3x its usual views, while Musk's most viral clapback tweet garnered 400K plus likes. Late-night writers quietly celebrated in group chats, seeing it as validation for their craft. Tech influencers countered that Musk won simply by dominating another news cycle. Comedy professionals noted Colbert's surgical precision. Every joke landed exactly where intended. This was old-school takedown artistry, tweeted veteran writer Frank Lesser. But media analysts pointed out Musk's counterattack played perfectly to his base, reinforcing his anti-establishment persona. The most telling reactions came from neutral observers. Political strategists marveled at how cleanly the divide mirrored America's cultural fault lines. Psychologists noted how both sides' supporters used the feud to reinforce their worldviews rather than engage with substance. Even Wall Street weighed in, with one CNBC analyst joking, "The only clear winner here is Twitter's engagement metrics." As the platform's algorithms continued serving up opposing viewpoints to different audiences, one thing became undeniable. In today's polarized landscape, there would be no consensus winner. Just two massive fan bases, each convinced their champion had emerged victorious, and an internet designed to keep them both believing exactly that. So where does this leave us? Colbert came armed with punchlines sharp enough to draw blood. Musk fired back with the rage of a man who's used to controlling the narrative. The internet picked sides before the credits rolled. But here's what still doesn't add up. Why Did this joke, out of all the Musk roasts over the years, finally make him snap? Was it Colbert's delivery? The live audience's roar? Or had Musk been waiting for an excuse to unload on the media elite all along? The comment sections are already war zones. Some argue Colbert crossed the line from comedy into cruelty. Others say Musk proved yet again that the world's richest man can dish it out but can't take it. But here's the real question they should be asking. In a world where billionaires and comedians wield more influence than politicians, who actually won? The guy who got laughs? Or the one who got the last tweet? The mic's yours. And hey, if you've made it this far, you clearly know drama when you see it. So why not tap that subscribe button? Tomorrow's feud is already brewing, and you won't want to miss it.